Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Jennifer Marie, where I teach you different ways to become a work-from-home freelancer. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you step-by-step how to create a seller account with Fiverr. Now before we get started, there are some key points to cover. First of all, you cannot have two accounts on Fiverr. Fiverr does not allow users to have multiple accounts. So if you want to create a new account for whatever reason, you will have to close your current account and then create a new account. Also, you do not need to create separate accounts as a freelancer or seller and as a buyer. So you will have one Fiverr account and you can do your buying and your selling all from that one account. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, you're going to go to fiverr.com and you can click here on Become a Seller at the top. Click here on Become a Seller again, and then you're going to continue with your Google or your email account. After that, you're going to add a username that's unique to you. So this is how you will appear to others. So choose something professional. It could be your brand name or whatever you want your visible username to be. And then click Create My Account. Now, one thing that's important to note is I recommend you only create a Fiverr account when you are in your country of residence. Because let's say you go on vacation to France and you create a Fiverr account there, your location will be set as you reside in France and you cannot change that location. So you want your location and your profile to match where you currently reside so everyone knows where you're from. So Fiverr will ask you to confirm your email, so enter the verification code that they will email to you. And once you do that, it will say that your account has been created. So now you're going to answer a series of questions. First of all, what brings you to Fiverr primarily? Are you on Fiverr to buy freelance services or to sell them? Of course, you can do both. However, put your main objective. So for this tutorial, let's put selling freelance services. Then click Next. Answer what type of freelancer are you? So are you doing this as a side hustle? Are you a solo freelancer? Agency employee, agency owner? For most of you, you'll probably put a side hustle or solo freelancer. Then click Next. Now you can answer what your freelancing experience is like. Are you just getting started? Do you do freelancing online and offline, both? And then click Finish. So now it says, great, you're almost there. Here's what's next. Complete your seller profile, create your first gig, publish it, and start selling. So we're going to click Complete your seller profile. So Fiverr is going to take you through their own tutorial, basically showing you the ins and outs of selling on Fiverr. I recommend you pay attention and watch all of these videos. They'll teach you what makes a successful profile. Then we're going to create your seller profile and then finally publishing a gig. So watch these videos, but for the sake of this tutorial and keeping it quick, I'm just going to click continue. So some important tips on what makes a successful Fiverr profile. You'll want to add a profile picture that looks professional with your actual face. Don't use AI to create a fake image of you. Use a real picture of you. You may be asked to verify your ID as well. And you're going to accurately describe your professional skills to help you get more work. We'll get into that later. Let's just click continue. So here are things you do not want to do. Do not provide any misleading or inaccurate information about your identity. Remember, no duplicate accounts. You can have multiple gigs. So let's say you want to sell your services as a transcript editor or as a video editor. You can have multiple gigs within your same account. And very importantly, you are not allowed to take communication and payment outside of Fiverr. That's against the rules. Everything has to be done within Fiverr. So let's click continue. And now it's time to fill out our information. So you're going to put your full name and this will be private. Then you have to put your display name, which will be visible. So Fiverr suggests that you put your first name and the first initial of your last name, but you don't have to. You could also put your brand name if you wanted to. Now, the display name is different from your username. So for example, let's say my display name is Jennifer M and my username is Real Voice Digital. I can change my display name later on, but I cannot change my username. Okay, so now go ahead and upload your profile picture, which ideally should be a picture of you. And don't use an AI picture, use an actual picture of you. So now you can put in a description of up to 600 characters about your work experience. any projects you've created, or the niche you're going to be selling gigs in. And let's say you're not a great writer and you want some help creating your profile description, you can just use a ChatGPT prompt. So for example, I need a compelling Fiverr profile description for and then put your niche or your expertise, freelancer. So for a graphic design freelancer or video editor. My key skills include, then list your top skills, and I specialize in, and then you can put specific services that you offer. My approach is, and here you can describe your work style, for example, detail-oriented, creative, efficient. I aim to help clients, and then put the primary benefit that clients get from working with you. For example, create amazing videos, gain more views with thumbnails, etc. And finally, please make it professional yet engaging, SEO friendly, and written in a way that makes me stand out from competitors. You can also ask ChatGPT to give you multiple options that you can choose. So once you plug this into ChatGPT, you'll get something like this. Here's an example Fiverr profile. From here, you can copy and paste this into your profile description on Fiverr and add any edits to make sure it accurately reflects your skills. And you can change it up a bit so it's unique to you, but it's a great starting point. So now fill out any languages that you speak, and if you speak more than one language, make sure to add those here by clicking Add New. Then click Continue. So now it's time to fill out your professional info. So here you're going to fill out what field you are currently in or the field that you are going to be selling services in. So if you want to be a thumbnail designer, you'd put graphics and design, or if you're selling services as a writer, etc. You must put in 2 to 5 of your best skills in each category. So you can fill out multiple categories and then make sure to put in the years that you have been practicing these skills. And you must put 2 to 5 skills per occupation category in order to continue. So now fill out the skills section and list skills that are related to the services you're offering and your experience level. So these first 2 categories are required, but the next category, education, is optional. So if you have any relevant education or you went to college or university, you can put this here. And underneath education, there's a space to put any certificates or awards you have that are related to the services you're offering. Then click Continue. The last step is to secure your account by verifying your email, which you should have already done. And you can also add and verify your phone number, but your phone number will not be shared with clients. Then click Continue. So now you can create your first gig, but before you do that, I recommend you do some research. You want to find some other freelancers in your niche who are doing well and see how they are setting up their gigs. So when creating your gig, you will go through 6 different steps. I'm going to do another tutorial on how to set up your first gig in more detail because I don't want this video to be too long, but you can see that you'll have a gig title, your category, and then search tags. Then you'll have pricing, you'll write a description, and we can use ChatGPT to help us with all of this as well. But what I want you to do before you set up your first gig is to do some research. So how you can do that is just go back to Fiverr, to the main page, fiverr.com, and you can scroll through and look at all of these different categories to get ideas of the kinds of gigs you want to create. Maybe you have many different skills and you don't know where to start. One thing you can do is if you click here on the search bar, it's going to show you a bunch of different categories that are popular right now. So these are things that people are searching for. Another thing you can do is as you're browsing through these categories, you can see new. A lot of these are new categories, especially under AI services. So if you're good at editing images, maybe you want to consider being an AI image editor because this is a new category. So there's going to be less competition under these new categories. So I recommend you browse through all of these different categories and check out any subcategories that have new, just to see if there's anything that piques your interest where there will be less competition. So for creating your first gig, you're going to want to click on a subcategory that's relevant to the service you want to sell. So let's say you want to do some AI image editing. You'll want to browse through these services or these gigs and look at a profile that has a lot of feedback or a lot of reviews because you want to get inspired by someone who is actually getting clients. This person, for example, here you can see their gig image. It's very clear. It shows you that they're going to change your AI image so it looks good. They've edited this logo so the text is good. And you can see their gig name or their title. I will fix text and AI flaws, remove background, and upscale. So what you'll want to do is right-click, open a new tab, and go through, open up a bunch of different gigs that you like the look of, just to get inspired when you go ahead and create your own gig. So you can see this guy here is pretty busy. He's got 3 orders in queue. He has over 125 reviews. And then you can go ahead and see his profile images or his portfolio. And then you can see his about this gig. It's really great. I like the way this guy has laid out his gig with the bullet points and the bold and the highlight. And then you can see his different packages. He offers a basic package, standard, and then premium. So go ahead and save a bunch of these links of different gigs that you like to get inspired before creating your own gig. In my next tutorial, I'm going to show you step-by-step how to create your own gig and also use ChatGPT to help you. And if you want to learn how to create a custom, very professional gig image, I've linked you to my video on that in the description below. So make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you will be notified when I create my new video on how to create your first gig. And if you have any questions before I create that video, feel free to leave a comment below and I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next tutorial.